Hello everyone, welcome to Screen Scream. I'm Viola. In today's episode, we're going to talk about movies with long titles. They're super long that if I'm not reading from a script, I won't even be able to remember the title. But the title isn't the most important thing. All the movies we're going to talk about today are great ones. So without further ado, let's listen to the introduction of the first new movie we're going to talk about today. Humanist vampire seeking consenting suicidal person. Sasha is a young vampire with a serious problem. She's too sensitive to kill. When her exasperated parents cut off her blood supply, Sasha's life is in jeopardy. Luckily, she meets Paul, a lonely teenager with suicidal tendencies who is willing to give his life to save hers. But their friendly agreement soon becomes a nocturnal quest to fulfill Paul's last wishes before day breaks.
T'as juste à choisir ton préféré. Je vais te l'accrocher puis je vais te montrer comment le vider.
Non merci, j'ai pas faim.
The first new movie we're going to talk about today is a Canadian movie. The movie title is very interesting. It's about vampire, but the vampire is a humanist, so she doesn't want to kill people, and in order to survive, she has to find someone who already wants to die. When I watched the trailer before another movie that I went to watch, I found it very interesting and really wanted to watch this one. From the introduction we just heard, we can know that this is a fantasy horror comedy. Yes, it's not really horror, but it's black comedy and there's vampires, so it's still counted as horror. The most interesting here is that the leading protagonists are both marginal people and they have interests that are not mainstream. They're young, maybe they're high school kids or young adults. And in this movie, we will see some fantastic lights and colors. Also, there will be blood from the 60s. I think it's very nostalgic because it's about vampire. I think the background of the story is not set in modern days, but it's not very old either. It's just a little bit old, maybe our parents' generation. But actually, deep inside in the core value, the story wants to express positive power to its audience. Like I mentioned, the protagonist, Sasha, doesn't want to kill people who are innocent. So, in order to survive, she finds a compromise. She will go to help groups. You know, in the movies, we will see the help groups. Well, in real life, we also have that, but I'm not so sure if we have help groups in Taiwan. I'm pretty sure we have, but anyway. So she would go to the help groups for suicidal people, pretending that she's one of the people who wants to commit suicide, right? And then she would find someone who doesn't want to live anymore. So they both get what they want. One person wants to die and the other person wants blood without killing people. And I think that itself makes the story very interesting. Now let's move on to the second new movie we're going to talk about today, which also have a very long title. Till We Meet Again on the Lily Hill. Troubled teenager Yuli goes back in time to 1945 and falls in love with a kamikaze pilot, Akira. The second new movie we're going to talk about today is a Japanese one with a very long title as well. Till We Meet Again on the Lily Hill is adapted from the original novel, which was sold for more than 500,000 in Japan, talking about a legendary relationship that crosses time and space. As we heard in the introduction, the protagonist Yuli is a troubled teenager. Actually, she left home after having a fight with her mom. And you know, time travel kind of thing always happens after things like that. And somehow she travels to the time in 1945. I'm super bad at history, but as long as you still have some common sense, you will know that 1945 is the last year of World War II. It's about to end, but this story happens in Japan. So I'm not sure, maybe Till We Meet Again on the Lily Hill is a sad story, but maybe it will have happy ending with the relationship. That I'm really not sure. But anyway, Yuli bumps into a soldier in 1945. His name is Akira, and they went to a restaurant together. I think this is very cute because the time she goes back to is wartime. But yes, of course, when there's a war, people still need to live their lives, right? So when you meet a girl so cute, how can you not take her to a restaurant? Even though Yuli is a troubled teenager, I'm pretty sure she pays attention in her history class. She knows the future. She knows what's going to happen to Japan in 1945. So she tries to change the history. I don't know how. I mean, she's just nobody in 1945, right? She's not like the prime minister or any officials like that. But she's trying to persuade the soldiers to live their lives. I don't know how. Maybe she's going to persuade them to abandon the missions, but I doubt if they will follow her order. Besides, all these soldiers believe their mission will succeed. Talking about mission, I wonder if it's about Pearl Harbor. But anyway, that's the second new movie for this week. And before we move on to Top 007, talking about more movies with long titles, let's review what we had from last week first. Top 3, A Quiet Place, Day 1. Top 2 was Despicable Me 4. And Top 1, Inside Out 2. Let's listen to Top 7 to Top 4 and see which one we're going to talk about. Top 5, Bad Boys 4.
Call 911. Aren't you the police?
Doraemon the Movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony. Top 4, Blue Rock, Episode 9.
ついに映画化
Maxine.
I always wanted to be famous.
If you need to read off the sides we gave you, just...
Wow, among the 4 movies from top 7 to top 4 this week, there are 2 animations. It really is summer vacation. And both of them have long titles. Doraemon the Movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, and Blue Lock, Episode Nagi. Guess what? I'm going to talk about Doraemon the Movie. Why? I mean, Doraemon is not like Detective Conan that will release a movie version every year. Also, Doraemon the Movie is usually for kids. Well, for adults like me who spend a big part of my childhood with Doraemon might enjoy it, but still, it's targeting kids. I mean, the TA's kids. But I still want to talk about it because this one, the latest movie version, is the anniversary work, 90-year anniversary work of the author. And it's already the director's 3rd time to direct a Doraemon series. The director said that the inspiration of this episode came from COVID-19 when he saw his son who couldn't go out singing with the television loudly because artists couldn't hold concerts. All the performers performed the same song together through video call. And the director just realized that, oh, how about we make a movie about Doraemon having adventure with the kids in a musical world? And this is maybe the reason why they got Vondi to create the theme song, Time Paradox, for this animation. This is also Vondi's first time to create a song for an animation. He also tried dubbing for the very first time in this movie. Besides the amazing theme song, the dubbing crew from the previous episodes all came back. So it really is an episode that's worth looking forward to. Now it's time for us to move on to the last section of the show. Top 3 to top 1. Top 3. Detective Conan the Movie. The $1 Million Pentagon. Top 2. A Quiet Place. Day 1.
I have a plan.
Top 1. Despicable Me 4.
Hello, everybody!
Rue, what's up?
Wait a minute. 3?
Inside Out 2.
Hello. I'm anxiety. Where can I put my stuff?
A new emotion.
Oh, I'm sorry. We wanted to make...
Okay, there are 4 movies from top 3 to top 1 this week. A little bit crowded. And among the 4, there are 3 animations. Wow! Which means among the 8 movies we have on the chart this week, 5 of them, more than half, are animations. So people who love animations will love this summer. There are just a lot of good animations to watch. Since our theme today is movies with long titles, I'm supposed to talk about Detective Conan the Movie, The $1 Million Pentagon. And I told you that I went to a Conan exhibition last week. But I also told you that I really want to talk about Despicable Me 4. I gave the chance to A Quiet Place Day 1 last week. So this week, no doubt, I have to talk about Despicable Me 4. Coming to the 4th episode, there must be some new character. So who's this most interesting new character in episode 4? It's Gru the Second. Gru the Second is a baby. He's the new member of Lucy and Gru's family. In the previous episodes, we saw that Gru has 3 daughters. They're super cute. But this time, Gru the Second, the little boy, the little baby, is even more interesting. This baby will bring some complicated, funny, but at the same time pretty difficult and interesting interactions to this family. Although Gru the Second enjoys the company of his mom and his 3 sisters, he really can't build an intimate relationship with his dad. If you've seen the trailer, you will see that whenever Mom, Lucy, is holding Gru the Second, he's really happy and calm and soothing. But whenever Drew holds him, he's really grumpy. He even starts to cry. And that's the problem between them. As we move on with the story, the baby, Gru the Second, will build deeper relationship, emotional connections with his dad. And at the same time, it actually reveals Gru's personal growth and personal transition. Because when Drew the Second understands that his dad is a supervillain, like father, like son, he will start to develop some interests in his own dad. I think this setting is super interesting. So if you're interested in Despicable Me series, or you just like Minions, I highly recommend you to watch this latest episode. And that's all the time we have for today. Hope you like these movies with long titles that I talked about. Remember to tune in same time here at Screen Scream. I'm Viola. See you next week.